Okay, just like we had 3 perpendicular bisectors for every triangle, we're also going to have 3 angle bisectors for every triangle. Since a triangle has 3 angles, we're going to have 3 different angle bisectors. So HA is an angle bisector as indicated by those little curvy lines. AG is an angle bisector because of the curvy lines. AJ is an angle bisector because of the curvy lines. So the angle bisectors of a triangle all intersect at a common point in every triangle, which is cool. So all 3 of those angle bisectors are intersecting at point A, and the point of intersection of those angle bisectors is called the incenter. The incenter. So the incenter has a special property. It's equidistant from the sides of a triangle. So if you remember, a long time ago we talked about how if you're running a race and you're crossing the finish line, you can technically cross the finish line over here, you can technically cross the finish line over here, but the shortest distance is straight ahead. It's that perpendicular distance. So when we're talking about the distance between the incenter and the sides, we're talking about the perpendicular distance. So this little right angle is there to tell you that this is the shortest distance between point A and this side GH. So the distance from A to side GH, this little segment right here, AB, that distance is going to be equal to the distance from A to side HJ, which is that little segment AC, which is going to be the same as the distance from A to side GJ, which is that segment AD. So AB is going to be congruent to AC, which is going to be congruent to AD. So in every triangle, there are 3 angle bisectors. Your angle bisectors intersect at the incenter, and the incenter is equidistant to the sides. The distance from the incenter to each of the 3 sides of the triangle is going to be the same. So that's why AB is equal to AC, which is equal to AD. So in this example, we are told that WM and WP are angle bisectors. So first off, I noticed that angle NMW is 32 degrees. Well, if WM is an angle bisector, that means that the measure of angle WMK is also 32 degrees. That's a 32. And if this is 32 and this is 32, then that whole entire angle is 64 degrees. And I know this top angle up here is 72 degrees. So what I can do is I can add 72 and 64 to get 136. And then I can subtract that from 180 and get 44. So this whole angle is 44 degrees. And if WP is an angle bisector, then it's dividing that angle into 2 congruent angles. So this little nugget is 22 degrees and this little nugget is 22 degrees. So it's asking us what's the measure of angle WPN. The measure of angle WPN is 22 degrees. And then it says what's the distance from W to side MN and from W to side NP. Well, remember the angle bisectors intersect at this point called the incenter, and the special property about the incenter is that it's equidistant to the sides. So this distance right here from W to the side, so WK is 21, so that means that the distance from W to the other 2 sides is also going to be 21. So these little nuggets are going to be 21 as well. And remember, it's the perpendicular distance. That's the shortest distance between a point and a line is the perpendicular distance. So the distance from the incenter to those 2 sides is also going to be 21. Okay, let's do one more example. We are told in this example that HK and JK are angle bisectors. So they're intersecting at point K. That means point K is our incenter. So K is the incenter, which means that it's equidistant to the sides. So from K to this side is 25. So that means that the distance from K to side JI, this distance right here, will also be 25. So this is 25. And then it tells us that the measure of angle LHK is 30 degrees. If this is an angle bisector, these two angles are going to be congruent to each other. If this angle is 30 degrees, then this angle is also going to be 30 degrees. And if this is an angle bisector, this is 45, then this is also going to be 45 because it's dividing that angle into two congruent angles. So the measure of angle HJK is 45 degrees. The measure of angle JHK is 30 degrees. And then it wants us to find the measure of angle HJI, which is this whole enchilada angle. HJI is this whole angle. 45 plus 45 is 90.